There is another situation that can give rise to a constructive dismissal claim. This is based on a toxic work environment. And if the employee can show that, then he or she can leave employment and seek damages for a termination payment, wrongful dismissal. And given the fact that it's an abusive work environment, likely there could be a claim for aggravated damages and perhaps even punitive damages. So the law basically is that the issue must be shown to be one that goes well beyond normal interpersonal conflicts or disagreements or criticism. It must show that the issue prevents the employee from doing his or her job safely. For example, there's one case in which the company had terminated the right of the employee to use company vehicle for personal use as had been previously allowed. It also requested another employee to track the plaintiff in the litigation, to track the plaintiff's time at work, and did not tell the plaintiff that he was being watched or monitored by another employee. It failed to pay outstanding commissions, removed the plaintiff's photograph from the work premises on the website, and changed the locks of the business premises without telling the plaintiff. So in that case, the court did agree that that was abusive conduct and allowed the employee to assert that, in this case, he was terminated. And the test is an objective test. Again, just like in the Evans case, it's not what Evans thought or the individual plaintiff thought. It's what a reasonable person could see as an objective bystander as to whether this satisfied the test. There was a case recently, went to the Ontario Court of Appeal, which is interesting, and in that case, the employee asserted she was constructively dismissed by the employer's conduct in hiring a person whom had sexually harassed her previously and had been terminated. Now this person was being rehired, and she had to report to the person who had sexually harassed her previously. And the court found, even though this was sort of an isolated event, one issue, that amounted to an abusive work environment and allowed for the claim to succeed. So these are examples of situations that can give rise to this toxic work environment and allow for the claim. Again, the employee should say, okay, consider, how much am I going to get in severance? Is it worth giving this up? Is this really abusive? But in this example of this situation, likely there can be a legitimate claim for aggravated damages to enhance the claim. And most often, people in this situation, they don't want to be there anyhow, and they'd rather get out and get compensated. So that's the summary of this constructive dismissal, toxic work environment, as opposed to a demotion of responsibilities and matters of that nature.